What's trending today on CRN Digital Talk Radio? I am Jennifer Horn. Joining me, my trusty sidekick producer, engineer, production manager, therapist, janitor, Matthew Bassan.
Sick dog.
Sick as a dog. I know, poor Matt, you do look a little peaked today. Are you okay?
Last night was a little rough. You know, you get a little bit of the reversal going, and when blood starts to come out, that's never good.
Too much information.
Well, you asked.
Too much information. We need to get you to the doctor.
I'm going right after
Don't you have
work.
Obamacare?
No, actually, I don't.
You don't have Obamacare?
I didn't have to sign up. I'm only 23. I'm still covered under the parents.
Oh, I think after Obamacare now, you can actually stay with your mom until you're like 54 or something.
Oh, that would be great.
So, good news for you. What a crazy week. It has been a week full of, oh my gosh, Ebola scares.
Oh, don't even get me
oh my
started.
God. Oh no.
No,
Matt.
don't even. No.
Why did this just hit me right now?
No.
Do you have Ebola?
No, I don't have Ebola. I'm pretty sure I don't anyway.
I'm putting you in a bubble. I want you out of here. Quarantine yourself. You get 21 days out of work. Seriously, don't come back without a blood test. To keep you out of here, yes.
Oh, all right. Yes.
Oh, gosh. I didn't even think about the Ebola. Holy moly. I know. Well, we'll get to that. Ebola obviously trending, probably the trendiest of all items today. Plus, the president was in Los Angeles kind of screwing up traffic. A new app, speaking of traffic, that I wanted to tell you about, Matt, is called Monkey Parking. Have you heard about the Monkey Parking app?
No, I haven't heard about that one. What is it?
Okay, this I think is actually one of the coolest ideas ever. Monkey Parking is an app. So if you've paid a postage machine, there goes my brain. It's the weekend. If you put your money into a parking meter,
okay.
And let's say you've got, let's say you got $1.50 left, and you don't want to leave that $1.50. You go into Monkey Parking, you put in your location, you say you have a parking spot available, and there's $1.50 left in the meter, and then it will geographically target other people looking for a spot in that area, and I'll tell you, hey, a block away, you got a guy with the parking spot ready for you. You bid on it and say, hey, I'll give you 75 cents, 50% off, right?
Okay.
You pull out. If everybody accepts that deal, the guy pulls out, you pull in. It's all done online. The transactions are no money exchanges hand in person. It's all done through the app. Monkey Parking makes a percentage, and then the driver who owns the spot makes a piece of it as well.
You know, I don't see that app going very far. That's kind of like the Do You Consent app that they kind of made, and you know, it's just I foresee nothing but problems, and just it's not going to work.
We'll actually talk about the Do You Consent app, because that's also a story that's been trending locally, especially, and we'll talk about it because, of course, everything that starts in New York and LA always has those national ramifications. It's trickle down. But yeah, this Monkey Parking app, I like it because you kind of stick it to the man. You don't actually have to give it to the government. You know, you can actually just say, hey, here's a quarter. Let me have your spot. Plus, if you were ever a college student, you know how hard it is to find parking. It's like you have to become a stalker just to get a spot.
Oh, no, you just park illegally.
No, you don't. Not when you're me. I follow most rules.
I used to. Oh, my God, all the time. Up on the sidewalk.
It is a busy hour. We're going to start up next with fall fashion. Bobby Thomas, celebrity stylist, is going to be here, and she's going to try to help me. I mean, I consider myself to be somewhat well-dressed, but she's going to give us the scoop on all of the fall trends, plaids, colors, you name it. We're going to look a lot better when we come back. It is What's Trending Today on CRN.
When you really want Italian food, you've got to go to Columbo's. Columbo's Italian Steakhouse and Jazz Club. Colorado Boulevard, Eagle Rock. It's that little neighborhood place you wish was down the street from you. Isn't it time to be good to yourself? Look at all you've put on hold because your plate was full when you could be enjoying a delicious plateful of Columbo's delicious family Italian specialties. Succulent steaks, the freshest seafood, jazz every night, really friendly service, all at a price that doesn't break the bank. What are you waiting for? It really is time to be good to yourself and the family. Columbo's is where the fun begins and the tummy treats abound. It's all home to the world's greatest meatballs, and that's why when you really want Italian food, you've got to go to Columbo's. Columbo's Italian Steakhouse and Jazz Club. Colorado Boulevard, Eagle Rock, because it really is that little neighborhood place you wish was down the street from you. Columbo's. Manja.
What's what's trending today on CRN Digital Talk Radio. I'm Jennifer Horn, Brian Whitman in studio with me. That's easy for me to say. And joining us on our Newsmaker hotline, I'm super excited. Bobbi Thomas is here. She is a fashion and beauty expert. You've seen her on He's Red Carpet Coverage, Style Network's Fashion Police. She's got her own book, The Power of Style, everything you need to know before you get dressed tomorrow. And Bobbi, welcome to the show. Let's talk some fall fashion. I'm excited.
Thanks for having me. Yeah. I mean, this is the time of year most women can relate to us. I love being able to put on boots. It's all about, yay,
I can too. The bummer is it's been 100 degrees. We're based in Los Angeles. The show is national. But, you know, you see I actually went shopping for a little bit over the weekend, and you see all these really cool sweaters and coats and boots, and then you walk outside and go, I can't even try that on right now.
I totally understand. I actually grew up in L.A. and on the West Coast, and we have our faux seasonal attire. But I do think that it's possible to really sort of shift into the new season with some transitional items. If instead of doing sort of a heavy, tall riding boot, you could start with a peep-toe bootie, which really kind of looks a bit more winterized versus, you know, wearing that dress with a slip-on wedge.
Okay, so let me ask you this question about the peep-toe bootie, because I've seen them. I think they look super cute. But when I put them on, what do I wear them with? Like, what's real? Like, what's not just runway? What's
really
real?
Honest. My body type does not lend itself well to the bootie in general. That cuts me off at the ankle. So
it's because I have a bootie that the bootie doesn't work. Is that right?
Well, I'm really honest. I feel like I have a smaller waist with some hips, and my legs are fine. You know, I think most women need to really embrace their body type, but it's all about how you wear it. So, you know, you don't want to cut your frame off. What's attractive is proportion. So my big thing is it's all about balance, and if you are going to rock the booties, I like wearing a black legging to sort of the ankle and then wear the bootie with the peep toe. And funny enough, that can actually be even more elongating and very flattering to your frame.
I bet, because you just get that little flash, that little peep, right?
Yeah, you get the extra. And also, you know, oftentimes when we wear tapered jeans, like what some people call a skinny jean, that comes in tight around the ankle, it's better to actually wear a bootie that kind of connects and brings your leg down.
I agree with
versus
you. Like
doing
a flat.
pump. Exactly, or a flat. So it really is about how you put it together. Again, you know, I talk a lot about this in my book, The Power of Style, but you really want to figure out how to understand your X factor. And if you imagined on your body drawing an X from the points of your shoulders down to your knees, but really thinking about where your waist, where your hips are. If your shoulders are wider than your hips, your X is going to be wider on the top and smaller on the bottom.
Right.
And if you're like me, I have smaller shoulders and my hips are a little wider, it's an X where it's bigger on the bottom. And your goal with booties or a dress, whether it's a drop waist or an empire waist, is really just to find the line in your X factor to kind of help visually make it look more like a balanced X. So it's not about really looking skinnier or younger, all these crazy things we worry about. I think it's more about understanding your frame and really getting your X to visually create more balance. And that way you can be a size 2 or a 22, and you could still, at a size 2, look off and imbalanced.
Right. So you want to really dress for your shape.
Why would you not want to make sure that you are the focal point of your look? And I think less is more in that way. Sometimes when you wear head to toe some concept that you see in a magazine, which is really what a trend, I guess, could become, the stylized concept, you really want to figure out what works for you. And when you say that you pick one thing, you're really narrowing down what you like, what speaks to you, and you're really expressing yourself in a way. You're saying, oh, you know, a trend that you might like is plaid.
Right.
Frankly, it's everywhere right now because
I love it. The red plaid, so cute.
And exactly, there's every iteration. But here's the deal. Plaid is a classic motif. We see it often in the fall, and this year we're seeing more of it, which is great. But somebody could wear a plaid button-down with a pair of dark jeans, black jeans, or leather pants and add a statement necklace that's sparkly and give it a little edge. But someone else could wear that plaid button-down with boyfriend jeans and, you know,
you look like a lumberjack.
Yeah, I mean, well, you could make it more collegiate and more fun. The idea is how you wear it, and it should really speak to who you are. And that, again, is a big philosophy of mine. I think we forget about the psychology of style.
Mm-hmm.
And if you think about when you get dressed in the morning, we can't be naked, so we put something on.
Well, we could be, but that would be a different show, probably.
Yeah, exactly. Life would be easier, too. But I think it's all about the butterfly effect that we have to keep in mind. So when you get dressed in the morning, think about, what do you want to say? Are you going to work? Do you want a job promotion, or are you going out on a date? Do you want to look like you're approachable and, somebody feels comfortable to come talk to you? You really want to consider what you're looking to get out of life in general when you put something on, and trends factor into that, because if you're so worried about dressing head to toe and what's on point, I think sometimes you come across uncomfortable.
Absolutely.
And you look like you're trying
so
to figure it all out.
Yeah. Okay, so Bobby, we talked about the booty. We talked about plaid. What are some of the other trends that are happening now? Some of the colors, fabrics. What else are you seeing for fall?
I do use the word trend because that just means that you're seeing a popular item pop up.
Right.
But overall, the biggest, most exciting trend that I can mention is that we're really seeing a blurring of this whole concept of trends. There is something for everyone. For example, one fashion magazine or retailer will be pushing the fact that cobalt blue is really big and gray it's all about gray this season. And then another retailer will tell you, it's all about plaid and it's about wearing hunter green and wine.
Don't forget my favorite color, oxblood, because I think that is just the most horrific name for a color
I
ever.
know, right? It is.
It's pretty, but it's a horrible name.
It's just funny, florals and pastels were on the runway for fall with black, accents.
I like that.
And I do too, but really what it comes down to, there's something for everyone, and you have more versatility as an individual. So you don't have to just be in black.
If there is something for everyone, which I believe that there is, I love fashion, and fashion is so fun to play with that people get afraid of it. But you don't want to spend a lot of money. I mean, we're all working people here. I mean, we have microphones in front of our face, but I want a good deal. I want to be able to buy a lot.
Let me just remind people again, I'd much rather be on an island somewhere having a great vacation with my extra dollars than worried that I paid too much for something.
Absolutely.
I think it's really important to be frugal. Invest in a retail relationship because, number one, you can befriend a salesperson. They'll give you the tip-off of what's currently on sale or what's being promoted. They'll tell you when they restock so you can get your size and your favorite color.
Great idea.
They can also tell you when the store is going to be organized. Some stores clean in the morning, some stores clean in the afternoon. Who wants to go through a hot mess that's been picked over? You want to really make sure that you can shop fast. And look at that store's
And Bobby,
website.
We're running out of time here. What website would you recommend for us to go to?
Well, I'm really a fan. I've teamed up with Kohl's because they've just launched Yes to You Rewards. And it's a loyalty program, and it's free to join. You get special surprises on your birthday, and most importantly, at the register, you get dollars back for what you're going to already buy. So be loyal to a retailer. Loyalty programs are fantastic, and you can find more info about that program at Kohls.com.
Kohls.com. I love Kohl's because you can go in and you get what you feel like are really cool designer pieces. They have Jennifer Lopez, you can get like Lauren Conrad and all these cute styles, and you don't have to pay so much, which is fabulous.
It's true. I think in addition to those celebrity brands, you've got Vera Wang, Simply Vera, you've got Juicy Couture that's now exclusive, and Ellie Tahari that's now got a line there. So you're getting designers as well as those.
Very cool. All right, and the website again for that rewards information, because I love getting money back.
Yeah, you can find out about Yes to Rewards at Kohls.com. And if there's anything I didn't answer, check out Bobbi.com, BOBBIE.com for a way to get in touch with me via my social media.
Can we be friends? Can I find you at Bobbi.com?
You can. On Bobbi.com, you can find my Facebook and my Twitter, and I love being friends. I'm a professional girlfriend.
I love it. I love it. Okay, thank you so much for the style tips. I love having usable stuff that you can actually take with you into the fall, and even, gosh, in all the seasons. You can take this with you throughout the year. Bobbi Thomas is our guest here on What's Trending Today. Check her out, Bobbi.com or Kohls.com. It is What's Trending Today on CRN Digital Talk Radio.
Have you ever considered adding a home security system but thought it would be too expensive? Here's the good news. There's never been a more affordable time to help protect your home, valuables, and your loved ones. You can now get a $100 Visa card from Protect Your Home, your authorized ADT dealer, with the installation of a new ADT monitored system. Here's even better news. Your new system, worth $850, is free. You pay just a $99 installation charge and purchase monthly monitoring for less than $2 a day. Call Protect Your Home today at 1-877 1-866-669-8954. That's 1-866-669-8954. Get the peace of mind that comes with owning an ADT monitored system, plus a $100 Visa card from Protect Your Home. Call now, 1-866-669-8954. That's 1-866-669-8954. 36-month monitoring contract required. General terms and conditions apply. Visit protectyourhome.com/terms.
If you want to get ahead financially, you've got to do anything you can to save money. But if you're hit with an unexpected car repair bill, you could be facing thousands in expenses. Not anymore. If you own a car, truck, or SUV with less than 150,000 miles, you could stop paying for repairs ever again. I repeat, you may not even pay a penny to have your car repaired ever. Call now to see if you qualify. 1-800-976-7960. You must have a car, truck, or SUV with less than 150,000 miles, and all repair bills can cost you nothing, not even 1 penny. Call now to get your car protected before you're hit with another repair bill. Transmissions cost $2,500. Simple onboard computers, $1,800. But for you, they can cost nothing. Call now to get your car protected. The first 50 callers get free roadside assistance with their total protection. Call now, 1-800-976-7960. That's 1-800-976-7960. 1-800-976-7960.
Trying to sell your old car? Instead, donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind. Pickup is free, and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats, whether they run or not. Call right now and receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to over 50 locations. Call 1-800-785-9618. Donate your car today. That's 1-800-785-9618.
Hey, this is Bodie Stroud, host of In the Garage on CRN Digital Talk Radio. Join us every Wednesday and Saturday at 10 a.m. Pacific Time, 1 p.m. Eastern. We'll talk with all my friends from the automotive and custom car business about all the latest things going on in the industry today. That's In the Garage with me, Bodie Stroud, Wednesdays and Saturdays at 10 a.m. Pacific Time, 1 p.m. Eastern, right here on CRN Digital Talk Radio.
What's trending today on CRN Digital Talk Radio. I'm Jennifer Horn. My trusty producer, Matt Psotz, sticking with me today.
No,
and
Brian.
How fun is it?
Oh, it's fun.
That we got to talk to Bobby Thomas.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was listening to Fashion Trends, and I was looking at my wardrobe because you two were talking about it. And I go, oh, my God, I suck.
You got to get it together, you know? If people judge you on that first appearance, it's great stuff. All right, lots of stuff trending. And the point of this show, if you're just tuning in for the first time, is we take the news that's been trending from the week on Facebook, Twitter, all over the internet, on the news sites, and then we chat about it a little bit and just kind of keep you up to date. It's a recap of the week.
See.
And there's a new app, and you touched on this earlier. The Yes Means Yes law. Has it changed the rule of sex? Let me fill you in. If you are outside of California, you may not have heard about this. But California Governor Jerry Brown signed the country's first affirmative consent law last week. This requires that both partners in a sexual relationship give ongoing consent during sexual activity. Let me repeat that. Ongoing consent during sexual activity.
This is one of the dumbest things that we've ever spent time on.
Now, following suit, our buddies in New York, you know, they like to copycat us all the time. Governor Andrew Cuomo last week ordered all of the state-run universities to include an affirmative consent policy in their sexual assault investigations. So basically what happens is that you go into this Yes Means Yes law, as if you are engaging in sexual activity with somebody. Every few moments you have to say, hey, are you into this? Still good? Okay.
Way to kill the mood.
Now, I understand the reasoning behind this because there are a lot of incidents, especially in college campuses, where you have girls who are maybe not in their right frame of mind. Maybe they've been at partying a little too much. Maybe something. Who knows? But they're not thinking clearly. And the next morning they go, "Uh-oh, what did I just do? Maybe this was rape." And not to take away from the legitimacy of that claim, but this new law actually now makes you check in before, during, and after the process, or you could be in serious trouble, especially if you're a guy. Now, Matt, you are a college-age guy.
I'm a dude.
You're a dude. And you're in college, so do you think that this is a realistic law? Do you think people will conform
not.
to
It's
this?
one of the dumbest things in the world, and the mere fact that we spent time and money on it is absolutely absurd. And it kind of goes towards, like you said, yes means yes, no means no, but no can come at any time, even mid-stroke. So it's okay, and then no, get off, and then if you don't get out right away, now all of a sudden the dude's a rapist. And the same thing can be said for a girl, since we're going to be, equal and everything. So this doesn't mean a damn thing.
Well, I think, somebody in business is actually trying to capitalize on this. And there's an app called Good to Go. Good, the number 2, and then go, available in app stores up until this week. And it was designed to record exactly who you were sleeping with, when you were sleeping with them, and how intoxicated you were at the time that you were doing it.
Does it give you a step-by-step process?
It's the app was designed to increase communication and avoid the he said, she said situation. I actually don't think it's that bad of an idea. It was recently removed from the App Store following intense criticism. Now that it's gone, future implications of the law will look at this type of app and maybe try to build something where halfway through the act you check in with your app and make sure everybody's still good to go.
No, really,
it's protection for the man, I guess.
Really, well, yeah, because we need protection from everything these days.
That's right.
Really, what it did is it was almost like a checkbox thing. Are you drunk? If you checked yes, then you are not good to go.
I'm pretty sure that if you are intoxicated, the first thing that comes to your mind is not going to be to go check in with this app.
I'm not drunk. No, what's that mean?
Let's just see. I mean, is it like a quiz maybe?
Well, yeah, and then what you would do is you would enter in the person that you're going to sleep with. You would enter in their phone number. It would send them a text, and then they would hit the link or something. It would respond back to the app, and then it would say, all right, you're good to go. That way it has kind of like a cataloged log of everything that's about to happen.
Too bad you can't just,
Too bad it didn't work.
The old-fashioned way where you just, maybe waited if you weren't quite ready to do it.
What are you doing tonight?
I'm not
I wouldn't either. I'm sick.
I'm not going to be looking at the Good to Go app with my little Ebola-ridden friend Matt over here. Sorry about that. All right. Also in the news, Amanda Bynes in trouble again. She's fleeing New York City after learning her parents were planning to go and get her and put her into a mental health facility. This was according to TMZ. She first went to LaGuardia to get out of town, but was ordered out of the airport after she started screaming at a ticket agent. She was agitated that a flight wasn't immediately leaving, so she jumped in her car to go to JFK. According to sources at TMZ, Amanda's parents have been trying to reason with their daughter to get help for her condition, but Amanda was refusing.
Oh, my God.
Amanda's parents have already made plans to put her in a specific facility. They had reserved a room, provided they could actually get her on board. She's now on the warpath against her dad on Twitter, saying, quote, he called me ugly as a child. Poor Amanda Bynes. She needs some help. It's very sad. All right, up next, an Ebola update and celebrity news. Maybe all at the same time. Who knows? It's what's trending today.
Located in the heart of Maui's premier resort, Kaanapali Beach Hotel is officially recognized as Hawaii's most Hawaiian hotel and the #1 best value in Hawaii. With a range of accommodations and affordable dining options, this is the ideal setting to turn Hawaiian dreams into lifelong memories. Live Hawaiian entertainment every evening, free year-round children's programs, weekly arts and crafts fairs, welcome breakfast, and departure kukui lei ceremonies add to the value. Swim in the whale-shaped pool, indulge in the fabulous spa and hotel salon. Enjoy Hawaiian hospitality at its best at the Kaanapali Beach Hotel. Call 800-262-8450 or go to kvhmaui.com. That's kvhmaui.com. Aloha. Kaanapali Beach Hotel, Maui's Hawaiian
Hotel. You order a glass of your favorite Cabernet, fresh asparagus, hollandaise on the side, a filet, medium rare. You unfurl your napkin with a flair, close your eyes, and prepare to listen. Ah, there it is. The sweet music you long to hear. The sizzle. The sizzle of a Ruth's Chris steak.
The most magnificent, corn-fed prime beef, broiled to perfection at 1,800 degrees. Some call it a sizzle. We call it an anthem.
As the waiter approaches, you think, is this one mine or that one?
Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. Like Ruth always said, life's too short to eat anywhere else.
Make a reservation online at ruthschris.com or by calling 800-544-0808.
Hi, I'm Joan London, and if you're worried about your parent or a loved one living alone like I was, and you want reliable senior care information, then call A Place for Mom, the nation's largest senior living referral service. You'll get free information on assisted living, Alzheimer's care, nursing homes, even important financial information.
They had obviously researched every place, not just given me names.
Really? Yeah.
They found me a place for what she could afford, and it was magnificent.
We're now very confident that she's safe, and they just helped every step of the way, and I can't thank them enough.
So if you're struggling to find reliable senior living information, call A Place for Mom. This is a free service, and you can trust them to help you.
If you're struggling to find reliable senior living information for your mom or dad, then call or go online to get the free help you need during this turbulent time. Call now, 800-471-5173, 800-471-5173.
It's time to earn your MBA at DeVry University's Keller Graduate School of Management. Keller professors share real-world experience so students graduate ready to advance in their careers. Get started with our merit-based Career Catalyst Scholarship with up to $8,000 for new students who qualify. Classes start October 27th. Full details at keller.edu/scholarships. For students who qualify and start by November 2014, subject to approval and availability of funds. DeVry University is authorized for operation by the TAGC, certified to operate by SHEV. In New York, DeVry University operates as DeVry College of New York.
The Doug Stephan Good Day program, early morning radio, and I guess it is radio, although it's radio on TV because this is CRN Digital Talk. You can find out what's going on in the world. We talk about the issues of the day, the events of the day, the people that people are talking about. We have an interesting way of looking at the news and having a little fun with the issues. So if you want to have some fun, learn a few things, and get up on the right side of the world, Doug Stephan's Good Day program, weekday mornings, 2 to 7 a.m. on CRN Digital Talk.
It's what's trending today on CRN Digital Talk Radio. I'm Jennifer Horn. Matt Bassant's joining me in studio today. Now, when you see the term purple penguin and it's trending online on Twitter and Facebook, it kind of catches your attention. Because as you know, Matt, there are no such things as purple penguins. You know, they're like black and white.
I wouldn't
usually
be surprised. I would actually be looking for an actual purple penguin.
Well, I'm sure you might actually find one on a weekend night. But this is kind of interesting. This is about the fine folks over at the school system in Lincoln, Nebraska. And they're on a campaign to make their classrooms gender inclusive.
What does that mean?
Gender inclusive, exactly. What does that mean? Well, it means that teachers will no longer refer to boys and girls as boys and girls. It's they don't want to use phrases such as boys and girls, you guys, ladies and gentlemen, and similarly gendered expressions to get kids' attention. This is according to a direct quote from a handout at the Lincoln Public Schools that was given to teachers. The handout was part of an effort to educate teachers and the administrators about transgender issues. This was told by educators to the Lincoln Journal-Star. So instead of asking boys and girls to line up as boys and girls, teachers have now been encouraged to segregate the children by whether they prefer skateboards or bikes, or whether they like milk or juice.
This is one of those, again, stupid things we waste time on. There are so many more other important issues out there. You know, these boys and girls need to get a hold of these ladies and gentlemen and just, stop bowing down to the PC police.
You know, as a societal message on a whole, what are we sending to our kids? There's a lot of confusion anyway as children grow up about their own sexuality. And as much as you try to deny it, there are two kinds of people in this world. There are men, there are women. Just biological. That's the way it kind of, that's just the way the cookie crumbles. And do you think that you're adding more confusion?
As a guy, this is emasculating.
It is, right?
It's embarrassing. And, I don't know what is going on with the fathers of these kids where they don't have the balls to stand up and go, no, that's dumb. Oh my God.
I think a lot of people probably agree with you. I think that the idea is that we've gotten to be so politically correct that it's the right thing to do to just acknowledge people as people instead of boys, girls, whatever. But you add to this confusion, just back to this message for a second. You've seen a lot of cultural decline because of lack of positive male role models for boys.
Oh,
and
really?
You see a lot of issues with self-esteem in girls. So it seems to me that starting from a young age, and this has nothing to do with people's sexuality, it really just has to do with the core of who they are. Building strong men and women should start by acknowledging what they are at their core and not necessarily putting them into a pile of people that like juice and a pile of people that like milk. Because, to be honest with you, Matt, ask me if I like milk or juice.
Which one do you like?
I wouldn't have a line to stand in. I'm definitely not a milk person. And I'll do a little bit of juice, like maybe some cranberry, every once in a while some grapefruit, but I'm not a juice person either. I'm more of a water, Diet Coke, or iced tea person.
Yeah.
That's not offered to me. So what do I do then? Am I being discriminated against because I don't like milk and juice? And
No.
I'll also be honest with you, I don't really like skateboards or bicycles either, so you can't divide me up that way. Bicycles, can you imagine me on wheels? It's just not a good idea. I can barely walk on heels, much less put some wheels on my feet.
If it makes you feel any better, I can't walk on heels either.
Have you tried, is the question?
I have. I fell.
So now they're calling these kids. So instead of saying, "Hey, you guys," now they're calling them purple penguins. I mean, it just throwing these poor kids into a fantasy world, I think, is going to come back to hit them harder. And again, just that cultural decline of not just acknowledging boys, girls. It's very scary.
And I was listening to someone talk about this the other day, and really what we are, especially males, we are the first generation raised by women, and this kind of thing is allowed to manifest and get out there, and then what you get is a bunch of emasculated men who are told they need to act like women, so then when they get a girl, they act like a girl, and it's real awkward and creates problems. It's like, oh, come on.
Well, it's interesting. I've been talking to some folks this week about men and about how you actually, men just by nature want to protect. And they want to be out there to protect. And I think we've taken away by raising a culture of strong women and by raising girls that say, you know what, I don't necessarily need a man. I can do all of this myself, which I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. It's good to be an independent woman. But at the same time, men don't really have a place anymore because they don't know what they're supposed to protect exactly. And then you have all of this misaligned just energy, and they go into these places where they get themselves in trouble, either committing crimes or even just causing arguments, getting into fights. They have all that built up testosterone because you're not getting to do what you're by nature set up to do.
And what happens when you get a buildup of testosterone?
I don't know.
Take a guess.
I don't know.
The guys are gonna but guys are going to look for an outlet to release that. And usually testosterone is highly involved in anger and rage in men.
Right.
And so when guys kind of hold that in, like you said, it explodes outward. And it's going to explode outward whoever is the closest to them. Unfortunately, it's usually women. And then you get bum-ass laws like the yes is yes and no is no thing. You know why? That's why.
That's why. You're linking all these stories. Well, you had a story that was trending this week in Southern California about this guy at Angel Stadium who was minding his own business, walking to his car, and he got jumped by these guys in a parking lot. There's a big fight at a football stadium. And I think you see this because, again, I'm not going to just discount the fact that these guys could have been drunken fools. That's a possibility.
Oh, yeah.
But a lot of people drink and can control their anger. I think it goes back to just the fact that we don't teach men how to be men anymore. Oh. And I think that as women, and this is something that I would teach my daughters, that you have to let a man be a man. And even though that may go against your independent streak every once in a while, you kind of have to let that flow just biologically because you don't want that blow up.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of people with issues.
This is all very upsetting. I have to go do my nails. Excuse me.
Speaking of people with issues, we will talk about Stephen Collins up next. That actor from Seventh Heaven in big legal trouble this week. Molestation charges flying in the wake of his divorce. Plus, the Palins. We've talked about this on the show before. I'm a fan of Sarah Palin. But the Palin clan got into a big fight up in Alaska, and now the reports are coming out about what actually happened. We'll have the scoop for you when we return. Don't forget to check out our website, crntalk.com. You can find us on Facebook, facebook.com / Jennifer Horn Radio, or on Twitter at Jennifer Horn. Let me know what's trending in your neck of the woods. You might hear the story here next week, right? That's what's trending today on CRN Digital Talk Radio. It's 40 minutes past the hour.
I'm ready for a clear coat.
Hi, this is Fred Dreyer. FanDuel.com is the leader in one-week fantasy football leagues for real money with immediate cash payouts. Entry fees start at just $1. No season-long commitment, no upfront fees. Play each week or whenever you want. FanDuel is paying out more than $10 million every single week this NFL season. But you have to play to win, so sign up today. Go to FanDuel.com and click on the microphone in the upper right-hand corner. Use my code DRYER and sign up now. That's FanDuel.com, code word DRYER.
Nothing says I love you, I'm thinking about you, or I miss you, like a beautiful bouquet of fresh flowers from ProFlowers.com. Flowers are a festive way to dress up a birthday, holiday, or anniversary. Plus, prices start at $19.99 and include a free vase. Every bouquet is guaranteed to last at least 7 days. To send a thoughtful bouquet, go to proflowers.com/radio. And to receive this special offer, enter code DAISY. That's proflowers.com/radio, code DAISY.
Let me take just a moment or two, if I may, and talk about a great place to eat. That's right, for you folks anywhere in the eastern San Fernando Valley, drop into Bob's Big Boys. That's right, in Sun Valley at 8274 Sunland Boulevard. Now, everybody remembers the name Bob's. They're getting bigger and bigger every day. And little old Bob carrying the hamburger in his checkered overalls is the same Bob that you remember from back through the years. And, of course, if you want to go in for a great lunch, remember their classic burger, the original double-deck hamburger combination. Delicious 100% pure ground beef in 2 patties with American cheese, lettuce, and our famous Big Boy special sauce. The name is Bob, and I think when you go in, you'll say, by golly, I'm sure glad that I found this restaurant because it's good for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. They've got all kinds of things, and all you have to do is remember. Bob's Big Boy in Sun Valley at 8274 Sunland Boulevard. It's a great place to eat.
What's trending today on CRN Digital Talk Radio. I'm Jennifer Horn. Matt Bassan is joining me in studio today. Now, making news this week, the actor Stephen Collins. Now, even if you don't know his name, you absolutely know his face. He was on the hit TV show. I think it aired for about 13 years, Seventh Heaven. More recently been on Revolution. He's been on Scandal. Not anymore, because Scandal, after in light of his recent scandal, has actually cut him from the series. But it's funny, when you watch somebody on TV for a long time, especially when you're growing up. A lot of people grew up with Seventh Heaven. You watch it for 13 years. All of a sudden, you think Stephen Collins is actually Reverend Camden, like he played on his TV show. And a man of the cloth, he is not. Thankfully,
there's a joke. I won't say it.
There is a joke, but it's good to refrain. Mr. Collins, known again from Seventh Heaven, he's become the center of this media free-for-all that exploded on Tuesday of this week. And it all goes back to this audio recording that TMZ posted that was taped during a 2012 therapy session, apparently without his knowledge. He didn't even know it existed until his current wife that he's in the process of divorcing started to blackmail him. And this tape has him admitting to past sexual misconduct with 3 young girls, 2 of whom lived in New York City. And I believe I had read somewhere that these were all somehow related to his first wife.
Now, I thought, in the story I heard was she gave it to the police the year that it happened, and somehow it got out. I hadn't heard that she was blackmailing him.
The lawyer for Stephen Collins had said that she released it on purpose because she was trying to get as much money as she could in this divorce proceeding. The LAPD had been investigating the case, but they had dropped it. Now they're back investigating again with this new evidence. Stephen Collins is 67 years old. He hasn't been charged with anything as of yet, but there are some new developments that have just occurred over the last few days. A reporter that was camped outside his LA home called the police late Tuesday after hearing a loud noise. Now, they thought that that noise could have been a gunshot. And one neighbor, a famous neighbor actually, Donna D'Errico from Baywatch fame, posted that he had committed suicide, which started this Twitter firestorm about this guy actually now passing away. That, we found out, was not true. He wasn't even home at the time, and no shots were fired. Also, a lawyer for Mr. Collins, Mark Kaplan, told reporters that the audio tape was leaked by his client's estranged wife. Her name is Faye Grant. They're going through that divorce right now. They are embroiled in a very, very heated divorce battle. She's wanting a lot of his money, a big portion of that, and he's not wanting to pony up. So the lawyer's suggesting that maybe this was the way of getting the cash out of him.
You know, in a roundabout way, do you know if he had a prenup or not?
I don't know. I would imagine if they're actually arguing over the money, they probably didn't.
So in a roundabout way, she's not getting what she wants, so she ruins his career. And I'm imagining, since they didn't have a prenup or that we know of, she could have been getting a whole lot of alimony, right?
Right.
So she destroys his career. Now she's not going to get maybe any alimony because he's not going to get any money.
Oh, she'll still get something, but his future money has been completely cut because the reruns of Seventh Heaven have been pulled. All of his starring roles are done. So his career definitely is over. And, you know, I'm not actually sticking up for anybody in this story because it seems pretty dirty on both sides. I mean, obviously you have him copping to sexual molestation. He's copping to the fact that he did this to 3 girls.
Yeah, but
now he was in a therapy session.
Yeah.
And he didn't know he was being recorded.
True.
So you have that element. You also have the idea that if you are a therapist or a teacher and you find out that someone has committed a crime, you're required by law to report it. So it makes me wonder out loud, did that therapist think it was necessary to report this? Interesting, just an interesting, twist on the story.
Good question is to poke the mind of some of these therapists, like A-list celebrity therapists.
Right, whether or not they're actually doing
fascinating stories, I would imagine.
They get some good stuff, and they probably. I mean, look, therapy is supposed to be a safe zone. I don't know if you've been to therapy. I'll admit to going a couple of times, and you're supposed to be able to talk freely in there, so you don't expect someone to actually be tape recording you for a rainy day. It's kind of a bizarre thing to now think about. And as a married person, are you going to does this make you look at your wife or your husband when you do go to couples therapy and go, should we do a little shakedown to make sure no one's got any recording devices on them?
This makes me not want to get married at all. Oh, my God.
Like you wanted to get married before. Now, what's really weird, and this I just found out about, I guess Stephen Collins had some erotic novels. Did you hear about this?
No.
So he's got 2 mystery books that were written before and after he joined Seventh Heaven, and they're being inspected after these sexual claims have come against him.
Yeah.
His career as a novelist is now being scrutinized. I guess they're erotic mystery novels that he did in the mid-1990s. According to Gawker, they published some passages from the books on Thursday, 2 days after that audio recording emerged of him admitting to molesting the young girl and exposing himself to 2 others. It's led now the NYPD Special Victims Unit to investigate Stephen Collins. He penned his first book, Eye Contact, in 1994. That was 2 years before his TV career took off on Seventh Heaven. And then he did the second one in 1996. It's about this girl, Nicolette, who continually is at grips with an internal struggle to expose her naked body to others.
All right.
And
Exhibitionist.
It talks about exhibitionism. But imagine that they know he has this erotic novel out. They still hire him to do that role at Seventh Heaven. Kind of unbelievable, right?
And to have him play a pastor.
Exactly. I don't know. So more on this. I'll actually post this story up at Facebook.com/Jennifer Horn Radio if you want to take a look at these passages. Just very bizarre to get inside a mind of someone that dark and on that side of the track. I mean, you really look at his mind as being somewhat deviant.
I'll tell you what, it's been a crazy week.
It has been a crazy week. Up next, Palin news. Sarah Palin, Bristol Palin, Todd Palin. They're in a little trouble. They were brawling. Tracks in there, too.
Yeah.
We'll have all the details from the new police report that has come out. It's What's Trending Today. I'm Jennifer Horn, and it is 50 minutes past the hour.
Kaanapali Beach Hotel, Maui's Hawaiian Hotel.
Located in the heart of Maui's premier resort, Kaanapali Beach Hotel is officially recognized as Hawaii's most Hawaiian hotel and the #1 best value in Hawaii. With a range of accommodations and affordable dining options, this is the ideal setting to turn Hawaiian dreams into lifelong memories. Live Hawaiian entertainment every evening, free year-round children's programs, weekly arts and crafts fairs, welcome breakfast, and departure kukui lei ceremonies add to the value. Swim in the whale-shaped pool. Indulge in the fabulous spa and hotel salon. Enjoy Hawaiian hospitality at its best at the Kaanapali Beach Hotel. Call 800-262-8450 or go to kbhmaui.com. That's kbhmaui.com. Aloha.
Kaanapali Beach Hotel, Maui's Hawaiian Hotel.
If you're struggling to pay or haven't been making your student loan payments, listen carefully to this urgent alert. Have you been out of school for 10 or more years and you're still making your student loan payments? Are your student loans past due or even in default? Can't go back to school because of an old student loan problem? We can help you if you qualify. Your student loans can be taken out of default. We can stop the wage garnishments, stop the collection calls, and stop the seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and see if we can help you reduce your student loan payments. One quick 10-minute call could solve them right now. So call the Student Loan Helpline now. 800-419-2201. 800-419-2201. 800-419-2201. That's 800-419-2201. This is a fee-based document preparation service to help you access free government programs. Call for complete details. Not available in all states.
Homeowners, there's never been a more affordable time to help protect your home and loved ones. You can now get a $100 Visa card from Protect Your Home, your authorized ADT dealer, with the installation of a new ADT monitored system. Call Protect Your Home today at 1-866-669-8954. That's 1-866-669-8954. Call now. 36-month monitoring contract required. General terms and conditions apply. Visit protectyourhome.com/terms.
Hi, I'm Dr. Parthenia Grant. Tune into my show, Divine Love Talk, where you will learn secrets to longevity and health, ways to move into oneness, discover powerful tools to gain victory over self-sabotage, and get enlightened about relationships. So tune in to CRN for Divine Love Talk right here on CRN Digital Talk Radio.
So tune in to CRN1 for Divine Love Talk, Mondays, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 Eastern, right here on CRN Digital Talk Radio.
What's trending today on CRN Digital Talk Radio? I'm Jennifer Horn. That's Matt Bissance. Palins are in the news today. We heard about this scuffle that happened a few weeks back in Alaska, actually September 6th to be exact. Well, a police report was released this week detailing what exactly happened during that brawl at an Anchorage house party that involved all of the members of Sarah Palin's family, except for the little teeny tinies, including the allegations that Bristol Palin punched the host several times in the face. Here's what happened.
Alcohol.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Yes.
A very good guess over there.
Points.
You win a prize. Officers responded to the party after a report of a fight among about 20 people outside.
Wow.
That's a lot of folks involved. It's a scuffle. According to incident reports compiled by the officers, Bristol Palin, Sarah's daughter, punched the homeowner, Corey Klingmeyer, several times. And Sarah Palin was at the party. The reports don't mention her being involved in the altercation, but she was definitely there. The Palins were celebrating Todd's birthday and arrived at the party in a white limousine, according to police. In his report, Officer John Daly wrote that when he arrived at the scene, Sarah Palin's son, Track, had blood around his mouth and his hands. He appeared to have an injury under one eye, and he was acting belligerently at first, but his mother told him to talk to the police officer, and he did while they were there. He cooperated. He said some guys were talking rudely to his sisters, making them cry. So, of course, Big Brother Track had to come in and save the day. Bristol Palin was not injured, according to the report, but she did hear that the owner of the house had called her young sister, Willow, a bad name. So in response, she allegedly hit the homeowner about 6 times until one of the party guests actually had to pull her off and carry her back to the car. That's when Track got involved. And then Todd even said, hey, you're talking to my daughters like that? You better. And so then he kind of got into the scuffle. Sarah, for, to her credit, stayed out of it.
So really nothing happened.
Well, it was a drunken brawl.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. Big Brother's standing up for his sisters, and, it's...
Bristol, though, you don't want to make her mad, man. 6 times.
I guess not.
Sarah Palin actually went on Twitter and Facebook this week talking about, not necessarily talking about this incident specifically, but talking about what a nice girl Bristol is for sticking up for her family. Family first, very passionate. Mm-hmm. Sad news this week. Former Saturday Night Live cast member Jan Hooks has died. You remember her. She played Hillary Clinton. She was one of the Sweeney sisters. She was also in Pee-wee's Big Adventure. She was on 30 Rock. Just a really funny, talented actress. I found out after learning of her passing that she actually dated Kevin Nealon, one of the show's stars at the time, for a little while.
I love Kay Nealon.
Kevin Nealon?
Yeah, I call him Kay Nealon.
So this, really, again, no details as to what caused her to die. She was 57 years old, but accounts have been saying, her folks and friends have been saying that she was battling an illness for a long time. So she will be missed. Really super, super funny lady. She was on SNL when SNL was really great. When it was actually like you watched it every Saturday night. It was really funny.
Back in the day.
With Phil Hartman and Kevin Nealon. It was just a great cast. Listen to you.
Adam Sandler and all them.
Adam Sandler, yeah.
What was the other guy? His big guy.
Chris
Tommy
Farley.
Boy. Chris Farley,
yep.
Yeah.
Now, 30 years after they started out in the music business, New Kids on the Block, that's right, love them, finally honored with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
It only took them how long?
30 years. I fully endorse this, by the way. NKOTB, if you get to see them, because they're touring again. Girls, telling you, a lot of 40-year-old women.
Round up Courtney.
A lot of 40-year-olds just sweating like they're hot flashing at that concert. Gonna just put it out there.
Really? Is that what goes on at these concerts?
Well, Matthew. Waffles. I went to a concert of New Kids on the Block. I'll admit it. I'm woman enough. I went a few months back. Let me just tell you, it makes you feel alive. It revives that 30-year-old body of yours.
I can't tell if you're giving me the vapors or it's a fever.
Oh, I have the vapors. You know what? I don't have Ebola. I have the vapors. That's going to do it for us. Again, check out our website, CRNTalk.com. Our stories will be posted at Facebook.com/Jennifer Horn Radio. You can contact me at Jennifer Horn on Twitter. And for Brian Whitman, who's not here today, and Matt Passant, hopefully you'll be back with us next week unless you have Ebola. I'm Jennifer Horn, wishing you all a great one. Have a good weekend, everybody. Enjoying all your favorite CRN programming is easier than ever. It's right on your TV, through your local cable provider, and on the web at crntalk.com. But when you're on the move, stuck in a plane, train, or in your car, catch up on all the shows you missed. Or listen live to your favorites. Download our CRN app from your iPhone, iPad, Android, or BlackBerry. Just search for CRN Digital Talk Radio. Or search for your favorite CRN shows on apps like iTunes, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, AHA Radio, uTunes, and Nobex. Now you have access to all of our great shows anywhere in the world and the ability to be part of them by calling our toll-free studio line at 800-336-2225. For more information on where and how to listen, log on to crntalk.com and create your own listening experience today.
The radio channels. The radio channels. CRN.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. The Ebola death toll continues to rise. Total number of deaths attributed to the Ebola outbreak in West Africa has risen above 4,000, that according to the World Health Organization. Medical records released by his family show the man who died of Ebola in Dallas was sent home from the ER after his temperature had shot up to 103 degrees. Dr. Omesh Ajala is an infectious disease specialist at the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center. He says the first ER doctor may not have known that Thomas Eric Duncan had just arrived from Africa.
His travel from Africa is definitely noted in the medical records, noted in the nursing portion of the record. However, there's no indication of it in the physician portion of the medical record.
Meanwhile, the UN Special Envoy on Ebola says the number of cases will likely double every 3 to 4 weeks from now on. Says the response needs to be about 20 times greater than it was at the start of the month. Also at srnnews.com, 2 people are sharing this year's Nobel Peace Prize. One recipient is 17-year-old Malala Yousafzai of Pakistan. The advocate of girls' education had been shot in the head by the Taliban a couple of years ago. The other recipient is Kailash Satyarthi of India, an activist against child exploitation.
I'm very proud to be an Indian, a son of the soil where Mahatma Gandhi and Buddha had born, and they were always the great inspiration for me in my life.
Stocks have been mixed in afternoon trading on Wall Street. The key averages are on track to end lower for the week after several days of wild swings, including yesterday's big decline. Right now, the Dow is up about 51 points, the Nasdaq down 40, the S&P is 1 point higher. This is SRN News.
Beautiful Bellawood flooring just got even better with twice the scratch resistance and 4 times the abrasion resistance of other brands. And right now, Lumber Liquidators has exclusive deals on Bellawood with savings up to 40%. Choose from over 140 varieties, including Brazilian cherry, American walnut, even Bellawood's hot new matte finish that gives you that oil finished look without all the maintenance. All with a transferable 100-year warranty. So go to lumberliquidators.com today to find the store nearest you. First ever 36-month financing is available. But hurry, these amazing deals end Tuesday.
Do you have a family member who's getting older and can no longer be safely left alone? With Visiting Angels America's Choice in Senior Home Care, your parents and older family members can continue living at home and not have to move into a nursing home. Experienced, compassionate caregivers provide assistance in hygiene, meal preparation, and light housework up to 24 hours per day at affordable rates. To restore your family's peace of mind, call Visiting Angels toll-free today at 877-374-LIVE or at visitingangels.com.
South Korean officials say North and South Korea have been exchanging fire across their land border.
Defectors from North Korea have been launching large balloons filled with pro-democracy messages back over the border. When they did this today, the South Korean military say that North Korean forces fired on the balloons, with the rounds landing on South Korean territory. South Korea retaliated. Initial reports say that nobody was hurt. This is the most serious incident since an exchange of shells 4 years ago.
That's BBC's Steve Evans in Seoul, South Korea. A German aid worker kidnapped in Pakistan more than 2 years ago.